This is Due by Friday, a weekly challenge podcast with Merlin Mann, Alex Cox, and Max Temkin. This week's challenge, do something with plants.
Hi, Merlin.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Do it by Friday. Challenge your friends.
Challenge.
So I ride my skateboard. I was taking my skateboard to work, and every day there's like a huge construction project on my happening on my street. It's all ripped apart, and every morning now I take my skateboard by the construction guys, and they yell something. They yell out to me. They don't yell like, "Hey, what is that thing?" Or they don't say like, "Oh, hey, you look cool," or like catcall me or anything. But what they yell out is, "How much does that thing cost?"
Every time.
What?
Every time.
Why is that? Why is that people's first instinct to say, "Hey, what does that thing cost?" Like, we've never met before. What do you mean? What does it cost?
Because they're like, oh, what is this dumb white boy spending on the skateboard?
I get the same thing. I mean, I ride it every day, and sometimes
you
little
get it
kids
with
are
your
really into
scoot?
it, and I'll like talk to them about it and stuff. But most of the time, you get kind of 1/4 of a "that's cool" that very quickly segues into how much did that cost, which it's just so unusual to see a stranger on the street and ask them how much they spent on something.
Actually, not that I disagree, but when people in the office come in and comment on my scoot, they're like, how much did it cost? How much did it cost? I'm like, you can Google this. Like, you don't need to.
I should say that.
Okay,
I'm going to say that more often to strangers. You should Google that.
Do you think that maybe they're doing an equation in their head where they're like, they're like, I'm trying to decide if I like this thing or not. And first I want to know if it's attainable for me to have.
Well, yes, kind of. But it's also, there's that pause where you go like, that's kind of cool. You go, Now, if you said to them, it costs $25, they would go, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe my nephew Jeremy might like that. Or you go, like, it was $5,000. That's, you know what? I'm going to start saying it was $5,000.
Yeah, like the guy in the $5,000 scoot would stop to talk to you on the street
with torn jeans.
Come on,
and a beanie.
Oh, I got Segway troubles.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wanted to go faster, and I've been envying yours, the one you guys got. But I went and looked at it, and I think mine's better just because of the knee turny thing. Your knee turny thing doesn't go up very high.
Oh.
Interesting.
But so I think I'm going to stick with mine. But here's my situation. Since December, I've had a slow leak in the left tire.
Oh.
That requires adding air about once a week.
Well, you got to buy a new scoot.
Well, see, I've thought about it. I've really thought about it. It's like you got to empty the ashtrays. You get a new Cadillac. $5,000.
I've done something to you, Merlin. Just not that
God, okay, so what is this? This is an Indiegogo campaign for the Lumo Mini Transporter meets Robo Sidekick. I get an Instagram ad for this like 3 times a day.
So do I.
No,
it's
I will
working.
too.
It's working.
I got an Instagram ad for this so often that I thought maybe at first that it was like a knockoff thing, that it was like one of those like free watches like the drop shippers sell.
Right. I love that story.
I don't understand. It feels weird that they didn't go to Kickstarter. I don't know. It always makes
it's so hang on. Okay, so the owner is Segway Robotics. So this
Lumo is
legit.
Yeah, this is the real deal. It's just it's like a new model of the scooter.
And that's an interesting idea. And the robot part of it is...
The robot part is that it's got a little LCD screen on top. So when it follows you around, the screen sort of rotates so that it's like perpendicular with the wheels. And it has little eyes animated on it, and it follows you around like a little Eve. But the problem is...
It looks a little bit like, you know how people say Nintendo Switch looks like a robot or a puppy? It has that Nintendo Switch kind of feeling to it.
Yes. But the problem is when you get on it, the screen rotates so that it is like vertical, and it goes in between your thighs, and you crush it in between your thighs like the lady from GoldenEye.
Oh, so really you're saying it's sexist because it doesn't have a thigh gap? Okay, either that wasn't funny, or neither of you know what. Do you not know what a thigh gap is?
Do it again.
So you need a thigh gap for this one. Oh God! God damn it!
Oh, lady between my legs.
No, it doesn't.
That's like when you ride the tube.
Yeah, like in GoldenEye.
Mind the thigh gap.
Don't play odd job. It's not fair. Well, okay, let's go to our senior robot correspondent for this. Alex, we're going to you live on the show floor. What's your feeling about the Lumo? You are someone who I'm given to believe enjoys the idea of robots.
Only
How do you
a little.
feel about the Lumo?
Only a little bit. Well, it's like all products that are like, we have Alexa integration, and it doesn't really have Alexa integration, but it's kind of cute, and it's only a little bit more expensive than the regular Scoot. And I mean, it's no. Well,
Is
okay.
it like $500 more?
Oh, you're right.
Hey, how much does that thing cost?
It's $5,500. You're correct. You're correct.
$5,500. I love you. I have tiny arms.
Isn't it
Does this appeal to you,
cute?
Alex?
It's so fucking cute.
I don't want to talk about the cost with people that I just met on the street. I can teach you mathematics.
It's Passover. My voice kind of fell apart there at the end. But
You wrote it. You wrote it out. It speaks some kind of robot fake Yiddish. I got spuckus in my shtiddle. Oi, the levels of the boykin in my schminken. Oh,
I think two of those were real words.
Semitic bot loves you.
Merlin, do you have any front matter or follow up? I would know this if we had
I feel
a doc.
so
but
bad that I scoured everything. You guys, I love doing this program, and I prepare for this show, and I did not find much good stuff this week that hasn't already been covered somewhere.
well,
else.
I really feel like the comedic political landscape, it's like it's you know what it reminds me of? It's like one of those like remote islands where when the pirates came, they would like drop off their pigs. And at first, the pigs would multiply because it was nothing but just fields and grass. You would have a population explosion, right? It was like when we started Dubai Friday, we started the week before the election, right? And it was nothing but green pastures of depressing comedic news for us to read about Trump's paunch. And then, what happens? Eventually, if you have unlimited grass, the hogs start to grow and multiply.
You get a coyotes and rabbits type situation.
That's
now
right.
Now the grass has been colonized. Oh, you're right. You're so right. It's not funny. I mean, it's not funny.
And there's a lot of hogs living on that ecosystem now.
Did you hear the problematic program we're not supposed to like? Did you hear the Kurt Eichenwald bit with the dummy?
I thought it was very funny.
Oh, my God. He's so good. I wish they'd get him on a better connection. They got to get him off a cell phone. That's got to stop. He did a really good Kurt Eichenwald. We won't link to it because the show's problematic.
No, we don't like it anymore. It's not only that it's problematic, it's also that we don't like it. And in fact, I never thought it was funny. So,
oh, that's so funny. I remember telling you that you shouldn't like it because I didn't like it first. Because
Right.
I'd heard it, and I said, I don't like this show. This show is problematic.
well, that whole time we were talking about it, though, I never see. That's the thing is, I'm actually so woke that I never thought it was. I retroactively never thought that it was funny.
You don't see color.
No.
Huh. You know who loves it when you say that is black people.
Yep.
They
Yep.
love it when you say you
Nope.
don't see color.
Backing up. Nope.
This guy over here. I got no soup. I heard you bought an African American keyboard, Max. Is that true?
Oh God.
Wait,
I
how
did.
did you hear that? How did you? Did I?
You typed it into the show notes. Alexander.
Put it in the show notes.
Oh, I did. I did last. Oh,
Yeah, I went on.
Did you know we have a doc?
There's a doc. Apple released the black keyboard and mouse from the iMac Pro, and they only cost $50 more than the normal keyboard and mouse that I already had that was perfectly functional. And so I did a little purchase on the Apple Store, and it was available for same day pickup. So I just drove myself over to that Apple Store and went and picked it up.
Oh, so it's like it's the one that they initially made for the iMac Pro. Is it like space gray?
Yes.
Oh, does it look cool?
Oh, it looks amazing.
And you have a black lightning cable. Is that correct?
Yes, I have two black lightning cables. They each come with a black lightning cable. It's I don't know. It makes me happy every time I sit
No,
down.
I would
to
talk
use it.
about keyboards because I also want to. I don't want to cut you off. I also want to hear about that thing Alexandra was trying not to take the sticker off of. I want to know what that was.
What did someone put a video of me?
Did
or
your sleeves rolled up
something?
real tight?
I don't like when sticky things are on the objects I own. That doesn't seem as weird as paying $50 more for a keyboard with a different color.
I don't like the whole process of receiving something. I guess I get why. Okay, so you receive like a a medium expensive like consumer device, and it's got all. This is very true with all the Amazon products. You get these plastic. I guess it's to prevent dents and dings, but you got to peel off all this stuff. I got a new set of headphones, and I had to peel all that off, and then I realized I still had a piece I hadn't peeled off, and I feel like a rube.
I heard I don't remember where I might have heard this from a professor or something that I had, but there's a kind of fun materialist or like post-Marxist reading of that, which is there was some philosopher wrote about the soccer ball, and so when you buy a soccer ball, it comes in like a plastic packaging, and he was puzzled. He was like thinking about that. It was driving him crazy because he's like, you buy this ball and it's like a thing that you kick through the dirt. So like, why would it come in like a plastic sheath? And the idea is that people are they have so much class anxiety and they're so alienated from the means of production. It's so uncomfortable to think about the people that made that keyboard or the people who made that soccer ball, that the plastic packaging, the sticker that you peel off the face of the iPhone, it's a symbolic birth, as though it's coming into the world at the moment that you lay your fingers on it, and it absolves you of any obligation to think about who might have touched it before or whose fingerprints were on it before, who made it, or the child labor or whatever that went into it.
It's kind of an updated version of they don't do this so much anymore, but like it used to be when you go into a hotel room, they would have this superfluous paper sash across the commode to like prove that nobody had pooped in it ever. or like my favorite, of course, when someone takes the time to fold your toilet paper into a little arrow. That's a way of saying definitely
no one's touched this before. No, this is totally new role.
Yeah. Now 3 people have touched it.
I know. It goes through my mind. The last place we stayed had the phone. The phone had the cord all neatly. And I was like, oh, man. That's just
I love that.
Doesn't need to go. Like
I love that bathroom
on a toilet.
I love that bathroom phone. I'll make a lot of calls. I'll call up Alex. I'll call up Alex. If we're at a convention and there's a phone in that bathroom, I'll call up Alex. Alex, give me a report on the booth. I'm taking a shit.
You can call down the maintenance, get a plumber. Yeah, listen, you're gonna have a problem pretty soon.
Digga. Follow up from Boing Boing. This is some
I already know.
You know what I'm going to read? This is some big Dr. Don follow-up. A new study in applied and environmental microbiology conducted microbial surveys of the bathrooms at the University of Connecticut, where the study's lead authors are based, to investigate whether hand dryers were sucking in potentially infectious microbes and then spraying them all over everything, as has been observed in earlier studies. They were.
No.
The full cycle goes like this. When you flush a toilet that doesn't have a lid, the turbulence of the flush sends fecal particles into the air, splatter, where they hover in a miasmic cloud. When the dryers switch on, they pull these particles in through their intake, heat them up, and spray them onto your moist hands and other moist, hospitable surfaces where their bacteria can thrive. The new study specifically focuses on lower-powered hand dryers.
Just rinse your hands in the toilet.
Yeah, you should just shit all over your hands and then go about your day. Go to a signing and shake everyone's hands.
It's a miasma? Is that what it is?
It's a miasma of fecal particles. Earlier studies on hand dryers were tainted by funding from companies that manufactured paper towels, but as far as I can tell, no such conflict exists here.
I've stopped listening to anything that's happening. This is.
I don't like anything.
No,
I think it's the Dyson blade. I don't like anything about it because first of all, even if that room was free of fecal miasma, there's still the basic problem of you're playing a game of Operation where you've got to try and put your hands into this thing without touching the sides. Mm-hmm. Because think about it. We've said this before. Think about what a faucet is. A faucet is the one thing in a bathroom you can be goddamn sure has shit on it, right? Think about it. It's mental. Like you could go and lick the handle on the door, and it's probably cleaner than the goddamn faucet. Who touches faucets? People who just shat on their hand. Oh, let me get my hands clean.
You know where this is really bad is the convention center, because what happens?
You're like
Max,
triggering PTSD from last week.
What happens at these conventions? We go to these nerd conventions. Like we were just at C2E2 all weekend. And what happens at these convention centers is you have a bunch of I don't know what you call them, large Americans. and
large adult convention goers.
large adult convention goers, and they come into the convention center and they eat a bunch of microwave pizza and corn dogs, and then they go to the bathroom. They shit all over their hands. They shit
probably had a lot
directly
of
under their
coffee.
hands. Oh, they're hopped up on coffee. And they shit all over their hands. And then they go into the bathroom and they go into their miasma of fecal particles and they spray the warm spores all over their hands. And then they come out and they get in my signing line and they shake my hand one after another. So I'm incubating a little Michael Crichton hot zone on my hands. And then guess where the next booth they go to? They go to the Oculus Rift booth, and they put eyewear. They strap little rubber things to their
Get it on there
eyeballs.
good and tight.
Yeah. There was one year at PAX. I don't know if we talked about this on the show before, but there was one year at PAX where the Oculus Rift booth was directly adjacent to the men's room, and everybody at that convention got pink eye.
That's apparently an urban myth, and I'm like,
No, it's 100.
It's
I was
definitely true. It's definitely like
I was at PAX the year that it happened, and I know people who got pink eye from the Oculus booth.
I think Oculus was like, no. It's only like 300 people got pink eye, not 3,000. But you've left out a very important fact, Max, that these large convention goers often are costume players, or they have a utility kilt on. So if they're taking a shit, that's definitely all over the floor. And then they're like hugging people, taking
and they've got those rubber toe shoes on too.
Yes.
Oh,
and then they're taking photos with everybody. No stormtrooper doesn't have shit on them in that convention center. It's, oh my God. And just
Instead of blood on the helmet, it's poop.
You know what on Queer Eye, where they show the guy how to put the cologne on, and they're like, you spray, delay, and walk away. You do a little cloud and you walk through
That's
it.
a classic,
And
yeah.
you just get the little cologne particles clinging to you. That's what happens when you go into one of those convention center bathrooms. And then you're just going into a miasma of fecal particles. And then you spray, delay, and walk away. And then they just fester all over your body. And you have to come out, and they should have one of those decontamination things like in Monsters
You should have to pass
Inc.
through a zone, like a TSA particle splatter. You should have to pass through some kind of a zone, like an alien type situation, where you know that person has been fully.
Everybody gets sick at these things, and they come home and like, I got the what do they call it? The con funk or the
flu?
con crud. I got the con crud. It's so
But
cute,
guess who
everyone. We
didn't
all
get
got the
sick?
con crud.
Guess who didn't get sick at this convention?
Oh.
Woo, yeah, did not get sick.
I'm
so proud of myself.
I haven't gotten sick.
Man.
I haven't gotten sick in years of these things, including the fucking cruise, the Jonathan Colton cruise I went on, and I didn't get sick.
That's bravo.
The key,
That's very impressive.
I mean, the things that I do, again, I really feel like this is a huge oversight. We really should have Dr. Don on to set us straight on this. I mean,
I'd be totally into that.
We'll have follow-up next week from Dr. Don
Maybe
on
it'd
all
be good
the...
to have as a guest and maybe do a challenge.
Oh, my God, would that be fun?
You're both avoiding a question, which is what do you do after, in this situation, after you have used a toilet or a urinal?
Let me tell you I don't know how this is going to scale to listeners of the show. This may be kind of useless advice for people, but here's my program. Number one, I don't eat food in the conventions. I don't eat anything. Nothing goes into my mouth except clean, virginal bottled water when I'm in the convention center. Or wait a minute, or in the immediate vicinity of the convention center. The rotating sushi bar directly across from the Seattle Convention Center, do not eat there during the convention. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the same thing as eating
This is how
sushi.
Legionnaire's disease happens. It gets into the air conditioning. Think about that. You got open air sushi riding around on a boat. You think that water's clean?
Yes. You
Who
might
cleans
as well
the sushi water?
You might as well be eating that sushi from the men's room at the BCEC. There is no do not eat that food. Go half a mile away and then you should be okay. So that's number one. Number two, you got to practice what is called hot hands, meaning have awareness of after you shake 100 people's hands, your hands are hot. You've got a Michael Crichton hot zone on your hands. Your hands, you can't be picking your nose. Do not put them in your eyeballs.
When people touch their eyes, I get so uncomfortable.
Do not put your hands, do not eat finger food. Do not eat a lot of hors d'oeuvres with your fingers. Do not eat crudité with your fingers. You must wash your hands before they touch your face or your body. Your hands are hot. And then, now this is the part of the advice that I unfortunately do not think will scale to normal people, but you need to find your little Shangri-La bathroom. Okay, everyone needs a little Shangri-La bathroom. Now I know where I can go within the vicinity
Don't
of.
share this. Don't share this.
I'm not going to say.
No, but the strategy is sensible. Like an easy one is go to, if there are multiple floors in the building, go at least 2 floors away from where everybody else is, because they're not going to do that.
Yes, if they're okay, I'll tell you some strategies. If you're in a convention center, a lot of times there's this sort of show floor, and then there's another area of the convention center where there's like panel rooms and more and like meeting rooms and things like that. Those bathrooms will be much cleaner and more well stocked, and you're less likely to have diarrhea directly on the faucet than on the show floor bathrooms. Also, usually if you're around convention center, there's hotels. Hotel lobby bathrooms are quite nice, and sometimes hotels have more private areas where they have good bathrooms too. Anyway, what you want is like a bathroom where it's pretty empty, and you can sort of wash your hands. And what you do, you got to roll your hands up and you scrub down like a surgeon. Like you get all in there. You do multiple rounds with the soap. It should be abrasive. Like a whole layer of skin should come off in that sink. And then you're looking for a paper towel situation. Now, I will sometimes travel with my own little towels in my backpack, and then you want to scrub down your hands, and then I put my hands up in front of me like I'm going into surgery.
No, there's a couple things wrong with this. You don't know where this. Have you ever smelled the soap in there? It does not smell like regular soap. It is like this strange. It also doesn't look like regular soap. It's like orange. It's so bad. And then I think almost any soap that comes. Well, let me again see. This is where we need Dr. Don. I think that if it comes out of one of those things that foams. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a sort of antiseptic,
like one of those automatic foam making machines,
foam dispensing things. Like I feel like that's doing something.
That is different.
I feel like that's doing something.
I don't think
you're talking about the old-fashioned pearlescent jizz stuff. You hit the hit that thing that comes out.
Well,
don't trust the orange pearlescent jizz.
I really like Max's idea of bringing your own towels, but the pile of like if a place gets really busy, you know how they just pile like paper towels by the sink, so then it gets wet.
I'll cut the deck and I'll go straight to that 2 of hearts. You take one from the middle.
Here's another one. Before you go in, be a pill. Go to one of those disgusting food service areas and grab at least 5 napkins.
Yes, that's what I mean. I'll bring my own. Yes, I'll also I also travel. Let me give you one other hot travel tip. I carry in my backpack. You can find these on Amazon. I carry in my backpack a small resealable pouch of Lysol antiseptic wipes. Now, when I sit down on an airplane, I'll bust out a lemon Lysol wipe and I will go to town on that airplane seat. You got to get the armrest, you get the tray table, you get the whole area, and everyone looks at me like I'm a lunatic. But guess what? I'm not getting sick.
There's nothing filthier than that tray table.
The great thing about doing the armrest, I always try to get that before the person sits down, and then they're like, does it fit? Is this wet? Is this wet? And hopefully I've already put away the Lysol wipes. But one time I got caught and they're like, did you wipe this down? And I said no, and we didn't talk the rest of the flight.
Digga, follow-up. Time Magazine, August 7, 2017. 5 of the filthiest places to avoid on airplanes. Number 1, airplane tray tables. The potentially grimiest place on an airplane unfolds right into your lap. Your lap, you guys! Alarmingly, a 2015 study by Travel Math that tested samples from hard surfaces in planes found that tray table surfaces had more than 8 times the amount of bacteria per square inch than the lavatory flush buttons.
Oh my
trays
God.
had 2,155 colony-forming units of bacteria per square inch. High amount of bacteria is likely linked to plane cleaning crews not having enough time between flights. I'm sure they're super careful when they're cleaning those. Let me put my diaper baby on here for a minute. That's a good boy.
A friend of mine recently lost her laptop on a plane. And I was like, wait. So your laptop was like open, and you know, with the new MacBook keyboards, and it was like, yeah, I'm trying to get it back. I'm like, I don't know if you want to. I'm like,
no, it's like Jerry Seinfeld's belt. Like, nope, that laptop belongs to the plane now. No. Won't be taking that back. Yeah. I mean, it's you gotta make game time decisions. You're probably gonna be fine, but at the same time, you may not be. Don't touch the doors on the lavatories. Always crawl in under the space below, so you don't have to actually touch anything. That's one thing.
Yep. Oh, very important, not just for gross convention place. Always, always, always have hand sanitizer on, and then completely cover your arm. Like, I do the, not to toot my own horn, but you know what, I will. Oh, I didn't get enough of that. But the bathroom right next to like our room at the convention was like it was like overrun, so they just had a permanent bathroom lady. I don't know, and so I would just steal a bunch of towels from on top of that after I had
Bathroom
left.
lady. Wow.
Is that not is that a no? Is that ping pong?
I think
I'm
you
sorry.
could say restroom attendant, but I'm sure her grandchildren will be very happy to know that Mima is a bathroom lady.
But you must always basically have like a Polish shower of I'm allowed to say that someone
What?
Yeah, of
Polish shower?
yeah, you've never heard of that?
Yeah, they
Where you
lost the
just,
recipe.
no.
Alex, I'm ordering some sort of food situation. Do you want anything?
Oh no, because you know what? I've got my RX bar right here.
What flavor? Peanut butter?
Yeah, peanut butter.
I'm ordering. Do you want to?
Peanut
I'm
butter.
ordering like a
Peanut butter.
juice. You
Yeah,
didn't do this
no.
challenge. Is this a bit?
What?
Oh,
No,
never mind.
no, it's my
it's a
peanut
flavor
butter
of our
bar.
RX bar. We'll have one too.
You guys are both into these RX bars, huh?
You got 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates, no BS.
I mean, a date is a kind of plan, right?
Alex, have you made your peace with the mouthfeel?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the taste is fine. And it's like a treat all day.
All I have is all I ever get is the chocolate sea salt.
Oh my God, the descriptions of these juices are insane.
What?
These are very funny.
What juices?
If apple, beets, carrot, ginger, and lemon, quote, got it on, this would be their love child. And said child would relieve stress, allowing you to live a long, fulfilling life, both in and out of bed.
Okay.
Where are you?
I'm ordering a healthy lunch from this juice place, but their juice descriptions are very funny to me. This wacky combo of matcha, almond milk, chua, chlorophyll, and mint keeps you youthful with the boundless energy of a wisecracking, freckle-faced 12-year-old. Oh my God. This one says, these are insane. This one says, a gorgeous blend of almonds, hazelnut, honey, and sea salt. With its abundance of antioxidants, your skin will look as soft and healthy as a beautiful Asian American actress / model.
No.
Oh my goodness.
What is happening? Am I going insane? Can you see this too, Alex?
What's the juice place? Well,
It's called, you're going to have to beep this out.
Yep,
It's called the, I don't want to compromise their OPSEC.
Blame the juice. Mima. See, you know what? I was wrong. I thought you were going to talk about the boing boing story about the shower curtain that accommodates electronic devices.
Whoa,
Yeah.
go on. I would love to know about this. Please read that, Merlin. That sounds
in
very
the,
relevant to my interests.
This is on Boing Boing. It's in the super secret text channel. The clear shower curtain with device pockets called the screen holder. Watch, play with. No Oxford comma. Guys, can we get some Oxford commas in here? Watch, play with, or listen to your phone or tablet in the shower. 100% waterproof. Even use your camera. Oh, hard pass.
oh,
Features multiple phone and tablet size pockets on outside to hold your device. Different height levels for everyone from tall
That's
adults to
good.
children. Touch interactions from the inside of the shower or bath. Change songs, play games, scroll through the news. You can play games in the shower, you guys.
That's good. I've theorized.
Well, no, Max, give me a use case. Where would you find yourself? You've got
Well-
got a 12-inch iPad in there. Is that what
Well-
like this lady has?
So now I feel like for me this problem has been solved by like waterproof Bluetooth speakers. So I
Yep.
have like I have one called like the UE Roll in my shower, and it's fun. It's great. But back in the day, when I always wanted a way to use my phone in the shower safely, and it didn't exist.
I answer
guess-
emails in the shower every single morning.
On your phone?
Yeah.
You just take it in there with you?
Yeah.
Do you do a
Alex,
coffee?
you sound like you're on the
Yeah.
leading edge here. Give me a sense
Yeah.
of how much you have deliberately or consciously tested the limits of the water resistance of your Apple devices. 'Cause I still am scared to touch them even while my hands are wet.
Well, this was before. I haven't tried this with the 10X. Whatever. I don't remember. With the 7, I used to take it underwater all the time, and I took a gamble in the ocean. I feel like they said don't.
Wait, hang on, your actual phone?
Yeah. I like the ocean. I don't know.
You couldn't just leave your phone on the beach?
No, this was not for this was not for email purposes. This was purely for taking video underwater.
Okay.
So like that, that's a double thing. It worked out really well and it was fine. I don't know. And then every morning I answer emails in the shower cuz I'm a busy business
On
lady.
your phone?
Yeah. Why not?
Take your phone. No. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame you, but like,
I
I'm
mean, you
genuinely
can.
curious
It's really bad.
No. Hang on. I just want to clarify this because I'm the weirdo. Like, I've got a Series 3 watch that I'm scared to get wet. I like make sure my fingers are dry before I touch it. I mean, and I've gone swimming with it. I've done the whole like spitting thing, make it spit out the water. I've done the whole 9. But so you fearlessly you take you got a podcast going on there. While you're in there,
Yes.
you got a podcast going. You're washing your Polish lady body, and then you're going to answer some emails with your fingers.
Yes.
saw.
You use voice to text.
Wow! You should be a commercial.
I saw an article. This was one of the earliest articles I read about like intense mobile gaming. It's from 2013 in the New York Times. It's called "Master of His Virtual Domain," and it profiles a guy who's considered one of the best Clash of Clans players in the world. His name is.
That's not even a cool game.
It's very popular. His name is.
Is that the game we played?
No, it's not cool. Like
His
Clash
name is
Royale.
George Yao. So basically, to grasp the extent of Mr. Yao's immersion in the game, you have to understand a little more about the strategy of Clash. In order to keep your trophy count high, a premier player has to avoid being attacked by other top contenders. You can do this either by staying constantly online or by the protection of a shield that usually lasts for 12 hours. You automatically get a shield when an attacker destroys 40% of your village or town hall. On weekends, Mr. Yao could inoculate himself against attacks by staying online. That meant ordering in meals when he ate it all and taking the iPad with him into the bathroom. But come Monday, he needed a shield so he could get to work. So he would rise before dawn and spend hours trying to get the game's server to pit him against other elite players in his clan, who could then attack his village just enough to trigger a shield, which, assuming he had timed everything right, would last just long enough to get him through the workday without being attacked.
It's like Farmville for war?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my God.
After a while, it felt like more of a job than anything else, Mr. Yao told me. It really took the fun out of the game. And now here's where it gets good.
That's a lot of self-awareness.
Here's where it gets
I gotta
good.
Be honest, it's not as fun as it used to be. That sounds so stressful.
It's a hell of an eel. In time, he found another, simpler way to shield himself. When a member of North 44 would quit the game, Mr. Yao would take over his account. Then Mr. Yao would use one of his multiple accounts to attack himself when he needed a shield. In order to pull this off, though, he had to keep all of these other accounts highly ranked, which meant playing as many as 5 accounts at the same time around the clock.
Oh.
Another wealthy clan member in the United Arab Emirates bought Mr. Yao 3 iPads to make this feasible. But even then, it was only feasible in the technical sense. At one point, he was bringing 5 iPads into the shower with him, each wrapped in an individual plastic bag so that none of his accounts would go inactive.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. This is good.
Good job, Mr. Yao.
Oh man. I've sent you guys a purchase that I'm about to make because this is a whole man. Actually,
boy.
no. I'm nervous about this. Let's just say that I keep my phone in a way that, like, if Facebook was spying on me, it would not be a problem. Whereas this, I just put a little dingus over the camera. Okay.
Better make sure that's
Yeah.
not a live photo, Alex.
Yeah. Okay. It's my cat. Suddenly, my testicles are just on screen. Alex, we're learning something new. Now, what razor?
Nice balls. The 4 gigabytes on this model are. So you should explain to our listeners what we're looking at. Here.
How about you? Because I just took a big bite of my RX bar.
This is the Asus Chromebook, ruggedized, and water-resistant design with 180 degree. That's very well phrased. Good job, guys. Intel Celeron, 4GB, 16GB eMMC, dark blue, silver. Okay, this appears to be a laptop with a screen that can go all the way flat. And it's
You own this?
No, I'm about to though.
Why?
Because it's water resistant.
It's water resistant, but not what you can take it in the shower.
Oh, well, we'll find out. Won't we?
What are you going to do with this?
I'm gonna answer
You check
emails more
Google
quickly.
News in the shower
You're going to
with
have a whole
laptop?
laptop in the
Yeah,
shower?
why not? And then, I mean, you can play Overcast through the browser.
Alex, why don't you just take a bath and you take your good laptop and you put it on a little shower and you put it on a little bath bench?
I don't have
Where you
a
put your
bath.
chili?
Yeah. Oh, this.
I have a little
is kinda
desk.
cute.
I have a whole desk set up in my bath. I've got like a
yep.
beverage and a
Yep.
laptop and
Yep.
a.
Yep.
Can,
Yep.
can I
Yep.
ask a slightly dark question? Do you ever worry about how you'll be found dead?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know how I'll be found dead.
Okay, all right. Well, Alex, do you? It sounds like you don't.
Oh no, I do.
Okay, all right, because you're
give
going to be a
way-
naked Polish lady in a bathtub.
Oh my
la, la,
God.
la.
All right, Max, Max, you first.
Well, I know how I'm going to be
you're,
found.
you're really getting in there.
I know how I'm going to be found dead, which is I had not only did I when I had the bathtub made at my house, I had a little secret illegal electrical outlet installed on the side of the bathtub.
right, I forgot
because,
about that.
Because the
Oh
thing
my
is here's the problem. Now I'm using the laptop in the bath, right? But I'm taking a bath for so long it drains the laptop battery. Now what do? You need
Plug
an
it in.
outlet. You need an outlet right there. Now for obvious reasons, this is absolutely not up to building code in the city of Chicago.
Building codes have a rule about how close an outlet could be.
Well, Merlin, the code, they don't know what they're doing. That's all corrupt. I mean, it's all
Code
written by
schmo.
it's
It's Chicago,
they're
man.
just
It's all
trying
run
to
by the
juice
mob.
up. They're just trying to juice up the bills for the electrician. They don't know what they're talking about. I know better. But so I had a little covert outlet installed behind a secret hatch. And it sits flush with the wall, and you tap on the wall, and this little door swings
God.
out, and then you have an outlet.
Oh my God.
And so when the inspector came in to pass us, he wasn't like, "Why is this outlet 6 inches from the bathtub?" He was like, "Nothing to see here." So that's how I'm going to be found is just soaking. That's how I'll go peacefully, just soaking in the bathtub, and then there'll just be an electrical cord trailing into the bathtub, into the laptop. Now sometimes I
Wow.
don't, and sometimes I don't even. Now here's the other thing. Sometimes I don't even have my little desk. Sometimes I'm just sort of.
No.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I'm
no.
just sort of leaning the laptop precariously on the side of the bathtub with my hand, and I'll start to drift off because it's right before I go to bed, and I'll start to nod off, and the laptop will just slowly start to slide into the bathtub, and then I'll wake up and I'll fix it, and I'll do that 8 or 9 times, and then eventually I'm like I should probably go to bed now.
Oh my God, this is like Alex getting hit in the face with the Kindle.
Well, it's waterproof now. So I will say, in hotels, when occasionally there is a bath, I'm like, I get the salty. What are they? Epsom salt? I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Your
I
bath
bring
salts.
the-
You're doing
I-
bath salts.
We're an Epsom salt family.
Oh, I didn't know what bath salts were until last year.
Look at the. So I just sent you a couple links. Look at the second of the two.
I think Max has this, but like an actual bespoke like Japanese version, but it looks
But
very
I
nice.
want to know more about the life of the person who owns the Comfy Sure expandable bamboo bathtub caddy adjustable wooden serving tray and
that's-
organizer for any size bathtub, water resistant.
I think this is the exact one that I own.
It's very
it
nice.
is. It is the exact one that I own.
I just enjoyed the lifestyle of this person for a minute.
Is that an entire block of Parmesan cheese?
They have a block of what appears to be Parmesan Reggiano cheese, a blush wine, 2 oranges,
It's
an empty
that
coffee
wine
cup.
glass. That wine glass is filled all the way up to the rim, like someone who's never had a glass of wine before.
Is 100 the right amount?
They filled it like a glass of water. Like it's like
Right,
it's
like
like
it's like
brimming
a
with
sweet
wine.
tea.
Yeah.
and they've got what appears to be an iPad Mini, which they're looking at, and they've got a Samsung smartphone with somebody riding a horse propped up, plus a nice napkin.
Oh, who's zooming in on the picture now? Oh, come
I'm
on.
investigating, Alex. I'm investigating.
I know-
Why is the cup empty? So they drank the coffee first.
And then if you go into the product shoots, there's a lot of women who look vaguely distressed, who are soaking in this bathtub, and they're wearing a full bathing suit.
She's got a candle. Look at that one. She's got she's eating like slices of a baked potato. She got like a baked potato and a giant glass of white wine, some nail polish, and a candle.
And there's an orchid there.
Can I get out now? Keep relaxing.
You
Oh, look
gotta
at that.
fin-
It's got a little way. Look at that. You can jam your wine glass. It's got a little divot for you to put your wine glass in so it
Oh.
doesn't tip over.
Nice.
Oh, you get a couple glasses of wine. You're relaxing in the bath.
Challenge.
That wine
Oh my
glass is
God.
getting tipped over.
Oh no, it's not going to get tipped
No, I don't-
over. In the final picture, it has a little what
That's
would
what
you
I'm
say?
saying.
Yeah,
It's
a
got a
little
slot.
protective. Yeah. You have a regular cup holder, but then there's a little slide over so that the wine glass doesn't tip. when you're drunk in the
The
bathtub.
one above that, which Amazon claims is the #1 bestseller, is Royal Craft Wood Luxury Bathtub Caddy Tray, 1 or 2 person bath and bed tray, bonus free soap holder, natural bamboo color.
That's when you get someone else in the bath. You share a whole block of cheese together. Well, bath cheese.
Or your anime pillow.
Don't you guys hate when you're taking a bath with your bath tray and the construction guy walks by and goes, "Hey, how much does that thing cost?"
How many times has this happened to you?
Merlin, how are you going to die?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm going to die some way absurd.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
could be cranking my hog, but I think I'm more likely to just fall down somewhere.
Well, you get a little David Carradine. You don't want that.
Well, no, you got to make sure that's what the notches in the belt are for. Anyways, I'll probably die in public. I don't think I'm important enough to be assassinated yet.
Well,
but I think I'll probably just fall down at Walgreens and like pop an artery or something.
Nice.
Oh no, my nuts!
That's for sure. That's a contender of how I'll die. Is I'll be in a confusing aisle of the grocery store and I'll have an aneurysm.
You just
I'll
get
be like,
so upset.
"What kind of almond butter do I purchase?
Sir, these coupons have expired.
I don't understand the difference between the raspberry jams."
What
They're
is it
too
made of? It's
similar.
marmalade. Is that jelly? Is it jam? What?
If anyone would like to make illustrations of this, I wouldn't
God.
be.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't
Oh, God.
be-
Oh, God.
I won't be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed. I wouldn't be opposed.
Why would you encourage
don't
death
know.
images of you? Why would you? Did you even
Yeah,
really
don't
think
make
through
don't
what
make
you say,
don't
Alex?
make Alex Cox snuff art fan
Listen,
art.
if you got some ideas about how I'd look dead, please go ahead and create those and send them along in public. Here's how Alex would look dead. I'm a huge fan.
Alex, is this your thing? Are you
I'm
trying
a
to get people
$10
to make
murderer
this
now.
art? Have we finally stumbled upon it?
Oh, have I found my fetish? Perhaps.
Oh, okay.
This is
Yes,
very
and?
exciting. This is a big day.
Are you trying to? Are you like? Are you? This is like. It's like that. There's a great scene in Always Sunny where someone tells Mac that there was like revenge porn posted of them online. He's like, that is awful. That is terrible. That is so awful. I mean, which site did this to you? I mean, because there's so many of them, but specifically which one? I mean, it's just terrible. Who did this to you?
It's on Revenge Hub.
Oh goodness.
What
Yeah,
do
you kind of do like a reverse Barbara Streisand effect.
I have no idea what this means.
Okay, go on.
Well, you know the Streisand effect, right?
You know,
Years ago, just Google it. Years ago, Barbara Streisand did some. Let's learn about the Streisand effect. Basically, it's a way of saying, "You guys on these mean forums and channels, stop paying attention to me." Streisand effect is the phenomenon
I
whereby
see.
an attempt to hide, remove, or censor a piece of information has the unintended consequence of publicizing the information more widely.
Oh, it's like the reverse docs. I see.
It's
It's
a
the
reverse
Streisand.
Streisand.
I got
Anyway,
it.
don't encourage people to show you dead.
Oh no! You know what? No. Here's what I want. I know how I'm gonna die. Hopefully, it's not recently, but pretty much every night I go on my scoot and like race around the office, and there's a lot of sharp edges. And I have given people full permission to immediately start laughing about this, like. At the, I hope everyone please come to my funeral. Otherwise, my family will be sad. I would like them to think that I have friends.
I'm
But
dressed as a pig.
yeah.
I love you.
They would get so excited. They'd be like, "Can we keep that for our collection?"
I tried to find your family's. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. I tried to find your
man.
family's pig company, and is it a pun on Comiskey Park? Is that the idea?
No, that's just the name.
So it's just namespace pollution.
Yeah.
Merlin, not every foreign name is a pun on another foreign name. That's so problematic.
I don't see polls.
Wow,
Now-
that's so I'll be honest, I never found Merlin funny.
They lost the recipe.
I was saying this years ago. I never thought
know.
Merlin was funny.
It's always been problematic. Or for example, like I don't want no spoilers, but let's say for the sake of argument, you are the personal physician to some kind of a guru. and you think somebody's giving you a hug.
Okay,
but
you're
they're
the
actually-
you're the little mini me. You've got your briefcase full of vials and powders.
Exactly. Restore the dictator. Yeah, and then you get a
Right.
little. Oh, what was that? Why did my
Restore
butt
the
get a little
OSHA to health.
But that could be you, Alex. Except you just you hit your hip on the corner of a desk and you get sepsis,
Yeah.
and then you're out.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
mean, I'd
only
like
write
to
it
go
at the
right away.
office?
Well, no. Okay, so it's like 50 degrees outside today. Today might be the day. I did also ride it in the snow, but I fell down and it hurt too much. So, yeah, it was a bad idea.
Breaking news live on the podcast. I guess there's more Zuckerberg testimony happening today.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't-
2 days
Yes.
of it.
Oh, I did not understand that. Okay. Well, so number one, he does not have his little booster seat today because I think because he got made fun of by John Gruber. And then B, breaking news from
big
the
boy.
breaking news from the hearing. I mean, I know we've all been waiting for some new. I guess basically his strategy was just to be so boring that no news could come out of this. But there is something interesting that just happened. This is from Twitter. Breaking. Zuckerberg brought a small bottle of juice with him today. He just made a move to open it and shake it up, but he had to put it down before having a sip to answer a question.
Wow.
Oh, and now here's an update. That's from 15 minutes ago, but here's one from 8 minutes ago. Update, the cap is off the bottle, but I have not seen him take a sip yet.
Ooh.
Max, question from the floor for the spray pool. The praise pool. From the praise pool, what kind of juice is it? Does Twitter say?
I'm going to ask. I'm going to reply to this reporter, and I'm going to
I
say,
wonder if he's trying to
what
get
kind
soft Asian skin.
Okay.
Wow, I never thought Alex was funny.
What kind
Soft Asian
of
skin.
juice are we
Zuckerberg juice.
talking about here? It's by Dustin Voles.
Oh,
tweeted that.
oh, it's tiny. Did you see how little it is? Look how tiny it is. It's like something you get at soccer practice.
Where do you see Zuckerberg juice?
I'm trying to. Okay, Zuck juice. There's nothing. Duck
No,
juice.
here.
Are you searching on Twitter, Merlin?
Yeah, here. Is that real? Zuckerberg literally just sipped from a tiny juice bottle. It's so cute. Oh, it's so little. He's got a water and a coffee. He's a multi-beverage man. Look at that.
There's no way.
Do you remember the documentary? Was it Enron's Smartest Guys in the Room? Where I think it was where there was congressional testimony with Skilling was giving testimony, and then as part of a product placement deal, they digitally inserted a Diet Coke can onto the testimony stand.
I did not know that. Alex
Yes.
Gibney wouldn't do that.
I believe he did. Let me look it
Oh.
up. Let me look it up.
I mean, to be
Enron,
fair,
Smartest
I
would
Guys
do
in the
that.
Room, Diet Coke.
Diet
I
Coke
believe
smart.
that they digitally. Yes, they
Oh
did.
my god, that's so funny.
Yes, they did.
So good.
This is from a blog called Ad Rants. Enron, the Smartest Guys in the Room, had a noted Coke product placement he thought was quite odd. During many scenes of Jeffrey Skilling testifying before Congress, they digitally edited a Diet Coke can with the logo prominently facing the camera into the shot.
That's
now,
very
because of how they
good.
cropped the scene, the Coke can was almost the size of his head.
Oh.
I watch a lot of C-SPAN, and I don't remember a time when I saw anything other than glasses and pitchers of water on the table of those testifying. Why would Coca-Cola pay good money to have their product next to the bad guy?
Yeah, and I also don't remember anything looking strange. Was this just for broadcast? Maybe
I don't know. It's entirely possible. I remember seeing it recently, and it just screamed at me from the screen like it was not a good effect. Like
CNN commentators, contemporaneous. Yes, during the Senate hearings, Jeffrey Skilling was testifying most of the time. Yes, I was watching a little bit. Yes, he had that Diet Coke right in front of him. Exactly. Diet Coke must have been really happy. I wonder if he was getting some money for that, to have that advertising.
Now, someone said that was on C-SPAN. He had the Diet Coke
This is a CNN transcript
from
2002.
Oh, so I guess it wasn't added for the documentary. Well, I apologize
man.
I apologize to Alex Gibney for accusing him of that. I never thought I was
never
funny.
thought he was funny. There's too many Alexes. It's really confusing. So wait, you got Alex Gibney, Alex Garland. Is there an Alex Bloomberg?
Yes, there is.
Oh shit, dog! Did
There
you watch
is.
the TV show?
No.
Oh, I am watching it.
No, I can't.
my
I can't.
God.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I like that character.
can't.
I like the way they wrote the
Can't.
character of his wife. His
and changed her name to be more white.
yeah, his uninspired like Luddite nag of a wife who's always like, "Don't go start a podcast. It's never gonna work."
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. By the way, I spent our 401k. That's okay. Follow your dreams. Ba-da-ba. Okay. It's not good. I mean, he's charming, but that show is not good.
No, there's no way. Like, there's no way that Alex Bloomberg knows who I am. But I feel like somehow it would get back to one of my friends at Gimlet how much I hated the show and how much I would make. Here's what it would happen: I would get high and just like do the thread of all threads of not funny jokes that were just mean about how stupid the show is and how they hate podcasts and it's terrible. And then it would just be done.
It's just there is like a kind of brutal irony to it, though, of, you know, like, so people like me, like, we're the bad sports, like, like, you know, all these carpetbaggers come in and want to do these dumb things with podcasts, and you're like, oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm sure these guys really, really love podcasts. I mean, it would be a little bit like you're a motorcycle enthusiast, and so you start Happy Days starring Fonzie. Like, it's like, you know, I don't want to be that particular guy, but yeah, Chris Sacca was in it. That was fun.
Oh yeah, he's like
wearing his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met him in real life, Merlin? Right? Mm-hmm. Does he always wear that shirt?
I don't know.
No. This is not me making fun of him. Like, I am a everyday shirt wearer typically, and I think that is an interesting choice, and I wonder. I
think it's kind of his bit, but
yeah, it's interesting.
You know, they have podcasts that come out almost every 2 weeks at this point. So
I like is they made a somewhat self-aware site that it's is there a new reply all thisweek.com that always says no. Oh.
Yeah, you know what's fun though? I had to do this. I didn't want to do manual counting. So I go to Gimlet, I go to About, I go to Option Command U. And what is the ID tag for an employee?
What's Option Command U?
Oh, in Chrome, that gets you the source code.
Oh, right.
Okay, so, I mean, this is not an official count, but I went to the source code for their About page, and using the div class equals bio, it's not an ID, it's a class, which means well, tell me what that means. That means that is a biography on the page. Mm-hmm. So I did a quick count just using CSS, 104 employees, it appears. 104 named employees.
I mean, there's nothing. I don't want to be.
It's hard to put out a podcast. You need lots of time.
I don't
producers
wanna, I don't want to yuck on their yacht. Like I don't.
I feel like we're making a lot of fun of Gimlet, but we have a producer working on we have two producers working on our podcast. We've got Alex and producer Chris.
Yeah.
You know what it is? I'm sore. I'm sore about podcasts. It makes me mad, and this is not envy. It's sadness. It's just I feel like there's a lot of people who've arrived in this space who just don't really fucking care. They want radio they can monetize. And they have all these goofy models about how you can abuse your listeners and your consumers by doing all this nonsense and jazz. I don't think most of these people genuinely love podcasting for what it is. I think they love it for what they think they can turn it into, and that makes me sad. And I don't feel like a karma suck for saying all these people starting these terrible apps that want to go stalk how you're using it. I don't think those people care about the RSS format of podcasts. Mm-hmm. I think they want a way to monetize something in a way that they can pay back their ridiculously large investment people have made in them. And it makes me sad.
Zach Braff he did like a whole he gave a talk at a conference a few weeks ago, and it sounded like the monologue from like a Bond villain, or it sounded like Ra's al Ghul from the first Batman movie, where he was like soon we will destroy the MP3 and bring order to this wicked civilization. Like from the ashes, new smart ad-aware content targeting will arise, and finally we will have
you to die.
Yeah. You're merely adopted ad analytics. I was born in them, molded by them.
No one cared about me until I destroyed the MP3.
Dick Doug, real-time update. I believe Max has received his
Doug.
juice.
I got my juice.
Grace,
Thank
has
you.
my
I'm
juice
very
arrived?
excited. It looks like a box. It's a box. Why is okay?
Oh,
so
I
this
have
is
I ordered
portion?
a variety. Well, I've never ordered from this place before, and so I got a
Did you
variety.
get a flight?
I got a variety of items because I wanted a safety in case they're all gross. So there's something in here I can eat.
Oh, that's
Shit, I'm
a
gonna order
pleasant
some food.
color. That's a Casey Neistat juice, I
Yeah.
think. Ooh.
It's the it's a pear, cucumber, lemon, and spinach. It's described as a Tommy gun of hydration for my mouth.
Oh, God. I
Actually,
never thought they were funny.
it sounded fine until that point. Oh
Let me try,
my goodness.
let me try this. Let me try this. What do we got here? Pear, cucumber, lemon. Blah, blah. Hydration.
Was that the Tommy gun just now?
Wow, that's hydrating as fuck. Oh my god.
I don't know what that noise was a reference to, but for some reason I enjoyed it.
It's a Tommy gun.
Is that? I don't know what that means. Is
It's
that
a Tommy gun
firearm?
noise.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. My drink contains carbonated water, sugar, glucose, citric acid, natural flavors, taurine, sodium citrate, color added, Panax ginseng extract, L-carnitine. I'm just going to edit this out later, so I'm going to stop. Otherwise,
Okay.
I'll have to edit more.
Is it Red Bull?
No, it is Monster Energy.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? They gave me a whole pack for free. I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to deny
Why?
some Monster.
Like Jeffrey Skilling, so you put it in front of the camera?
Yeah. Actually, that's interesting. I
probably.
bet it was.
Did they know you were going to talk about it on the podcast?
No, I don't think they knew who I was. I just looked really sad and desperate, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?"
Who
And
gave this
Who
to
are
you?
they?
What? Who's they?
the people who had the Monster Energy little
The people who had the
tents
Monster Energy.
at
Alex,
C2E2.
mouth words. Who are you talking
I
about?
am talking about the people who had
Alex,
the
pretend
Monster Energy
pretend that
booth.
Merlin and I don't already know this story, and
I'm
describe
not
it from the
gonna-
beginning.
I guess this is going in the show.
You got Monster something now, and someone gave that to you for reasons.
So I had some lovely people helping at C2E2, and I was like, please just go get me any sort of energy drink. Because I was trapped in our room all day, and I'm like, just any energy drink. So they went throughout the convention center.
Is this your little Dumbledore's army of young queer kids who do podcasts?
Yes, those they are the gay Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Dungeons and Dice and
They all have
everything
a little.
nice.
They all have a little coin, and they're like, "Oh, Alex is in distress," and then they come scurrying and they bring her energy drinks.
Not gonna lie.
do you compensate them, Alex?
Yes, we pay the people.
I mean, you paying with money or are you paying with Monster drinks?
Well, it's
I'd be paid with-
exposure, really.
You pay them with gay dice? Like, are you compensating? Are these interns? Are they externs?
No, they're young adults who are fantastic
I mean,
audio
you're doing
engineers.
it. You're mainly doing it for the exposure,
and
though.
then yes,
Sure, it's great exposure.
But then I gave them some packs of cards, like our little Cards Against Humanity secret packs, and I was like, if just give this to somebody, and then the monster.
Well, you're
folks,
telling me this makes you look really good.
I know, right? Yep. And so
You have
I
very
was
high
like,
charisma.
do whatever you can do. I had like not just them, but like all of my friends, like anything. I will just do it. And but then I ended up with a pack of Monster soda, which is kind of like it was like Pepsi Volts. And then some other energy drink that I did not know, so I didn't drink it. But I know Monster, and yeah.
Okay, that was a really good story.
God damn it.
the whole theater was very intimidating because anytime you came in, there was like a whole platoon of like queer like Oompa Loompas like scurrying about with like. They had cables and undercuts, and
Yeah,
they were.
how do you find people like that, Alex? Do you have like a BBS or something? How do you get your minions to find you? Do you have like a newsletter?
I think they could sense that Alex was in
God.
distress.
Oh, they're empathic. So high constitution.
My partner knows them and would every hour text them and be like, make sure she's drinking something, and then I would just get a bottle of water handed to me. Now I know why Max employs people. I'm like, this is.
I had no idea that you had this kind of following. This is fascinating.
Oh my God, I'm kidding.
I don't have minions.
Dig Dug, it was challenge week for
Hang
Max.
on, then we
That
made
wasn't
fun of
a
them.
real-
We gotta plug their podcast.
Plug it.
Yeah, they do
Dungeons and Dice and Everything Nice is a wonderful what's it called? Real play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know, but it's way better. They did their first live episode at the convention C2E2
So
in
it's a
Chicago.
podcast.
It's a very good podcast.
You know how
I can't use words.
You know how there's all these people other than the McElroys who do these long-running comedic Dungeons and Dragons campaigns, and they're bad and embarrassing.
This isn't it.
This is a group of comedians. They're all women. They do this podcast together. It is legitimately very friendly and pleasant and extremely funny, and everyone should check it out. It's called Dungeons and Dice and Everything Nice.
I'm in.
And they fucking sold out that panel.
That was insane.
I mean, that was great.
Oh my God! That was the first standing room only. The fire marshal had to be called because there were too many people at the panel, and they didn't expect it. I was like, "Fuck you guys!" Yeah. All right. Anyway, Dig Dug. It was Max's challenge this week.
Oh, right. There's a show I like called Love Your Garden on Netflix. There's one season on Netflix, one series, as we say. as Mike Hurley would say. And the challenge was to watch a little bit of this series called Love Your Garden, which is just a very pleasant, it's a very pleasant man named Alan Titcomb, and he goes into people's gardens. He finds like a disabled veteran and like fixes his garden, and everyone cries at the end. And it was just to watch the program Love Your Garden, just a very pleasant thing. You know, I like to think of the garden. The garden. What is the garden to me? The garden is it's a place that I go to in my mind palace when it becomes apparent that there are no civilian planes flying over Syria for some reason, as though the airspace was cleared. In those times, where do you go? I like to go into my garden.
And so I watched one episode. It appears that each episode is. I don't say this from a place of malice or smarminess, but like they go in and they provide this really cool, over the top, what we in the United States would call a yard, but they call a garden, like your backyard or something. But a beautiful garden for somebody who couldn't do it themselves, or who like deserves it. Like maybe in some cases because of money, but in many cases because of health. Yeah. And so I'm given to believe that each episode is as heartwarming, legitimately heartwarming as the first one.
Yes.
I loved it. I didn't want to love it, but I loved it. I almost watched the front line about Donald Trump last night, and then I was like, oh shit, I got to watch this show. And like 5 minutes in, I was already crying.
Wait, is there a new front line about Trump, or is this one I've already seen?
New.
Oh. It's
about how he transformed the GOP.
Okay. Great.
I'm looking forward to a nice night.
There are no gardens as far as I know.
Yeah. Sounds like sounds like the kind of thing I would watch and then retreat to my garden.
This show is very, very English. First of all, I learned that there's such a thing as garden shows in England.
It's fab.
This guy, Alan Titmouse, is the head of gardens there. Like he does many garden things. It's very British.
Well,
it's very
corny. As far as I can tell, when I looked him up, all he does is
garden shows.
TV shows about gardening. And yet when he shows up at all these people's houses, he shows up at the disabled veteran's house, and the guy immediately starts crying and hugs him, and it recognizes him. It would be like if, Mr. Rogers showed up to my house. I'd be like, oh my God, Mr. Rogers.
If Steve Harvey came and made a game show for you.
Right. Like, it's crazy. It's like, it's like all these people know Alan Titcomb.
It must be like a thing.
I've been losing my mind trying to remember what was that show in America where that guy with frosted tips showed up at someone's house.
Ty Paddington.
And they would like just redo a house, and then it turned out there was all this drama.
He took his shirt off every episode of that show. That was the main thing that I remember, was seeing Ty Paddington's nipples every single episode of that show.
And there was like a move that bus moment where they would see like, look at how nice your house is now. But then it turns out that like none of them could pay taxes on it, and like there was they could not do any sort of upkeep because there was all this like bespoke furniture. And what I liked about Love Your Garden is they take into account like some of these people have wheelchairs, some of these people can't water their plants every day, and so they build that into the construction of the construction of the garden. Like, I really like that. They don't like bullshit, and you don't need to, pay taxes on your nice
yard.
yard.
Like Gordon Ramsay coming in and completely changing your menu and making it completely boring. Like, I don't know. I mean, who knows? It's a TV thing. My wife knows way more about plants and gardening than I do. She's a learned garden person. And she's like, it's a little colorful for me. But I was like, it's England. But in the first episode I watched, it's about a guy they didn't call it ALS, but he's got some kind of a motor neuron disease that has very rapidly deteriorated over like 2 years. He's a guy like in his 40s.
Not good, as our president would say. Not good.
It's really. They milk it a little bit, but you feel the emotions, and you can tell his wife.
If Trump met that guy, he'd go, not good, and then he'd extend his hand out for a handshake.
He would like tap him on the head.
He left me hanging. And he's in a wheelchair. He's got the what's called the thing where you're able to speak.
iBoard.
With a computer.
Diving bell and the butterfly.
And so basically he used to be very active according to the show. And so the idea is the interesting, I thought this was handled well, is like, okay, they've had to move into this smaller cottage because of accessibility issues. And so it's the man with this motor neuron problem and his wife and their son and their dog Freddie, who's really cute. And but the idea is he loves the garden, but they have a ramp to get him out there, but he can't get around. It's got a slope to it. It's got all these problems, and I was into it. Like, it was probably a little over long. It could have been 10 minutes shorter, but like I thought it was really well done. I like when they went to other gardens for inspiration or whatever. I thought it was
That was great. Now, I don't agree with you about the overlong thing. I think the amount that it lingers and the way that they show you like every dilemma of like, how are we going to get this pot into the space that's too small? Like, that is part of the peacefulness.
How even would we get the top onto this gazebo treehouse? How about a ladder? You can get a ladder, or you can put it on your head as a hat and walk around.
And there was a big. Oh, that was good. There was one moment where it felt a little Todd
The hijinks.
There
was some hijinks.
What's his name? Alan is like. So, what would you say to people who, let's say, this man, your husband, doesn't quite have a lot of time left.
Why would we build a garden when the time is so short?
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, Alan.
Hold up. And that kind of happens in every. I watched 4 episodes, and that's what happens every time. And I'm like, oh,
that was one of the
okay.
moments that rang a little sour for me, where I was like, yeah, don't make the lady cry.
Yeah,
don't do that.
The producer like pulling on their collars, like, oh, okay.
See, in ordinary with Kitchen Nightmares, by the time you get to the third act.
I disagree with you. I think that is the question that everyone is. I think it's a good question to ask. It makes it more sentimental. It's more real. It's the kind of thing that British people can talk about and Americans can't, because we have big dumb hearts and we can't stand anything bad to happen to the protagonists of our entertainment. I thought that was a fine question. I mean, I agree. It was like, you would never ask someone that in American culture, like why build this garden for someone who doesn't have a lot of time left. Would be just so rude, and it's just wrong. But I assume that that's a more normal question to ask in Britain, and I love that.
Makes absolutely no sense to me.
Are you still going to enjoy your backyard after your husband dies? Oh, good. I'm glad you're right.
You understand that because of the nature of his disease, he's very ill.
God.
He's very ill. He doesn't move very well. He's confined to a wheelchair.
I have to say, I really like
People
the first
hate
episode.
that. Don't say you're confined to a wheelchair. It's like saying you're speaking through a translator. Don't do that. That's not what's happening. Don't do that. He's not confined to a wheelchair. He's able to move around because of a wheelchair.
I agree with Max. Like, there's definitely a different cadence amongst even just how the gardeners talk and stuff like that, and the landscapers. They're also like very aware of like their social status, and that Alan is like the guy who doesn't have to get his hands dirty. And I just thought that was like,
he comes back and he yells at me, "Where's all the goddamn plants?"
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I thought it was pleasant. And he's like,
but also, Alex, did you love the part where they kept talking about what she'd be able to see from the kitchen?
yes.
When you look out from the kitchen where you work.
I love that.
Out here confined to his wheelchair, and you're there preparing his gruel in the kitchen as a woman.
She said that she's
like
like
over and over.
No. She said, I would like to look at something. Like they ask, like, what would be good for your garden?
When you're dressed as a scullery maid scrubbing the floors. You'll be able to look up and see a multi-leveled garden and a place for Freddie. The cricket bat made me cry.
Oh, okay. That
Was this the one
that was sweet?
Can you remind? Was this the one with the big tree, with the big Roman trees that they brought in, or is that a different episode?
That was the Olive Garden in the That was my favorite, the Mediterranean garden.
That was such a fun moment when they brought those in and they had the crazy music.
Well, also there were 100-year-old olive trees. I'm like,
that's probably
one
of the. I think that's one of the best gardens they ever did.
That was my favorite, and they had the little watering balls, and
Can you find
it was
which
really
episode
good.
that is?
It is the second episode.
I think it might be the next one.
Yes.
Okay.
They all blur together to me a little bit. One thing I don't like in this season is, so there's a gimmick in every episode where they're like, well, while the women are doing the work of planting, I thought I'd give you a peek of my vision, and then it cuts to like a plan of the garden. In past and future seasons, in every season they have a different way of showing you what the garden will look like. My favorite version is when it's like a hand-drawn, like sort of sketch.
Oh, cool.
And then
they had like a 3D walkthrough.
Yeah, but in this one they do a
weird.
Google SketchUp like fly through,
yeah.
and every time it comes on, Veronica and I would like recoil, like, ugh, like that's horrifying. Like it does not look inviting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Everyone looks like a very upsetting playground with sharp edges.
Yeah, it all looks like GoldenEye 64.
Yes.
And here's where you'll be crushed between her legs.
Okay, question. I thought the challenge was do something with plants.
Oh yeah, sure, that too.
That too.
Okay.
But first, I thought we'd talk about the show.
all
What also
right.
is funny about the other thing that's funny? So I've seen about 100 episodes of this now, and the other funny thing about the show is, like I said, it's my little mind palace that I can retreat to. But the other thing I like is sometimes they'll interview the family. And the husband's got some sort of, he's got like Monty Python syndrome where his like body parts are falling off one after another, and he's got 72 hours to live, and they're like, what? Tell us about your life, and they'll be like, oh well, one time we took a vacation to like the seaside, and he's like, stop right there, I know what we're doing, and they construct a whole nautical themed garden with like a a pirate ship in it and a canopy.
You said you like soccer, so we made soccer flowers.
Yeah.
No,
and it's like, and then the family comes back, and they're like, there's the unveiling, and they open their eyes and they're like, oh my God, like a whole nautical themed garden. Like, oh, we certainly weren't expecting that, Alan.
And they have to kind of explain, in the one I watched, they have to kind of explain the symbolism. What they call it a memory area?
Oh,
Or a memory?
like a memory path.
Memory place?
Yes. Like
Yeah.
there's little stones where they.
And if you read Roman numerals, you'd know this is when your son was born.
Yeah, and I don't. Your husband can't lean over because he's confined, but you can.
He's
show
confined. He's
it.
so confined.
You know that they left a stone for the day he dies. Like I
There is-
immediately
I don't know
thought
why.
that.
Does anyone have a theory? Why is the theme? Why is the garden and mortality? They also do a lot of gardens for people who had like their mom died, right, or something like that. There's like a loss in the family, like a very sad or surprising loss, and the garden's like in their memory or something like that. Like, why is that so? What is that connection there of like
don't know.
dying
That's
and
kinda,
gardens?
to me, it's kind of morose. I mean,
I
it's one
didn't
thing to
see
say
any
this is
episode
where the
like
beagle
that.
is buried,
Yeah.
and it's another thing to make everything about the past and like this kind of lachrymose, fuzzy sadness about the past that was a little bit off-putting. But mainly they got a cool garden with levels, like it's got terraces and stuff. I thought that was nice.
Do you think it's something to do with the idea of legacy, of like, if you get sick young in life, and it's like, well, you didn't really get to leave behind what you hope to, and the garden's the thing you can leave behind for your family when you die, and then they can go out there and think
I
about
think
you.
it's really just a
Interesting.
peg for making a show about plants more emotional. Let's be honest. If you just had a show about
okay,
plants,
well,
you had a
it
show
could-
about plants.
Okay, it could be that, or it could be that. It could be
It's
the
gonna bloom again.
symbolism
Oh,
of
wait.
the flowers on the grave.
Flowers in the attic.
Here was one thing that was very strange, and I've never seen in another like feel good reality show.
They do have some flowers for Algernon episodes in this season.
Nice.
Okay.
Back to this.
Did you notice? I don't know if
I
this
never
is
thought that
just
was
in
funny.
the.
I
in
never
the-
thought that was funny.
Oh, God, what a book, or novella. At the end of each show, they show off like, oh, this is the piece of furniture. Here are the things, and they put the price of everything next to it. What is that?
Mm-hmm. But they always say the price in just enough of a confusing British way where I have no fucking clue how much it costs. They're like gazebo from Farthington's. 72,000 quid.
£4,999,
What's
whatever
a
that is.
quid? Is that a pence? What's
Yeah.
a tuppence?
Then how many shillings is that? How many shillings are in a sleeper? Yeah, the one thing was like I thought it was kind of strange. A couple strange design decisions in the one that I watched was like I was as you Millennium say I was here for this. I thought it looked really cool, and then they put what they call them sleepers, which are big beams, like at least 6x6, 8x8 beams, and it looked like a fucking graveyard. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it looked like
It was like, what?
Stonehenge.
And then of course
but,
they go,
yeah.
these deadly sleeper beams are available, £4,999.
It looked like Johnny Ives'
Sheffington's.
grave. It was very weird.
Sheffington's shillings pence.
Yeah.
English money's stupid.
Funereal wrought iron gate. 60 tuppence from Barnaby's.
Given how badly confined to the wheelchair your husband is, how do you imagine you'll remember him in the garden after he's died from his confinement? What if we pre-paved the stones? What if we had the date of his death on a leaderboard up here, provided by Sheffington Shillings Pence?
For more on how we built this tombstone, you can go to itv.com/Alan.
Do you imagine you'll be sad when his confinement ends? Will there be sorrow in the garden?
Or will it be the ultimate liberation? as he sloughs off this mortal coil.
Visit the Mind Palace when you're a widow? How long do you think it will be till you're a widow? We've created what's called a widow's walk. You won't need it yet. We're going to build a widow's walk, but there will not be steps up to it until his confinement has ended. And it's such as it is. It's provided by Sheffington's on Tuppence Face. 4,999 shillings.
One of us is going to die after this episode, and I'm going to be very, very excited to.
I'm going to leave you my confinement.
Maybe all three of us will die. Maybe Merlin will autoerotic asphyxiate himself. Alex will fall over on the scoot, and I'll electrocute myself in the bath.
Jazz. So what did you guys do to do something with plants? The actual planty plants. I think Max is eating a salad of some sort.
No, that's what I did
Jesus,
with plants.
guys.
I ate one. No, I went to there's a place on Damon called Sprout. That's like it's very like Dwell magazine, you know, kind of a twee air plant shop. You can go get like little geometric pods with flowers growing in them, and I got a little bonsai, a little sort of a little small mini tree looking thing, and I put it in the shower. So we have like a shower tree now.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
If I could ask Max without harming your OPSEC, how big is your shower?
It's a sort of shower. It's an open shower, so it's a sort of shower area.
Oh,
And
okay.
it goes on
So
like a
somebody
count.
can clone it and make their
And
own.
there's like a counter area, and then the little tree is on the counter area.
Oh, wow.
And there's a window in there.
That's nice. You bought a plant.
Yeah, and it gets sunlight from the shower window.
Oh, the shower. You got a window in your shower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what? All
I need
right,
to make some card jokes.
moving forward.
Jesus Christ. You got like a shower room that you can put plants in?
Yeah.
Jesus. Wow. It's really sobering for me. I'm feeling very confined right now.
Okay.
I envy your success.
I did things. Now, Alex, you sent me. We have a Cadet product at our house. Tell us about this Cadet product you've sent.
Well, there's this is Cat Product 2.0. Initially, I got this, which is I just bought some cat grass that were in these adorable little mugs, and and they broke both mugs the first day.
Why?
And
How'd they break?
By hitting them off of the little mantelpiece that has the sun.
The cat
'cause you
knocked
need
it
to
off?
keep it. Yeah. I forget that your cat is somewhat confined. Cats
She's
like
a
to
nerd.
knock.
She's confined. Yeah.
They like to knock. They not like to knock shit over.
Oh, like in animated GIFs.
What?
They knock things off. They're like, that doesn't go here, and they hit it, and it knocks off. Your cat does that.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's so cute. Does your cat do that, Max?
Not really, no.
But like she'll like won't knock a water bottle off, and you put it back, and she knocks it down again. That doesn't happen.
No, I don't think she's into making stuff fall over.
Our cat stays very near the floor and is very still.
I envy both of you. But then we got this like low to the floor. This is supposed to come tomorrow. It's kind of a much lower cat grass planter. So I will be growing this cat grass myself, and it comes with 3 types of seeds. Like one's like the basic ass grass, and then one that's like specific catty cat grass, and then there's nip grass, which I'm very excited about /
yes.
nervous about. So I'm. We'll see how long this lasts. But
This looks cool.
there's a little grate, so that the demon cat Francis can't eat the dirt. He really enjoyed eating the dirt and then having diarrhea. Turns out, I guess dirt gives you diarrhea. I don't know. I'm kind of excited.
This looks fun. We've got this thing. So I just sent you this
Ooh,
picture of their whole
look at
habit trail of cat
this.
bullshit.
Yes, I did also buy the Rightmost product. That's like a little cat massager.
We got that for our cat for Christmas, and she's such a dick. She hasn't gone anywhere near it. We filled it full of catnip. She has absolutely no interest in it.
Aw.
Does your cat do it? Does your cat rub on it like a sweet precious angel?
Oh no, I just purchased it, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure that they're just gonna rip off like the rubber parts of it, and then it'll be fun for a half hour. So That's how most cat toys go.
Well, you did good on this challenge. That's good.
Yes, I purchased I purchased 2 items.
I sent you a link of an Instagram picture of my bathroom.
It is a very pretty bath.
That's sort of the shelf where the little tree is on, and that's the bathtub.
Oh wow, Jiminy Christmas!
So that's the bathtub, and then there's the showers. It's just comes out of the wall across from that.
I remember seeing this. Did this take a while to install?
Yeah, it was hard to get it. It's like
Is that uncomfortable to sit in?
Yeah.
no, it's very comfortable to sit in. So what we're looking at is when I was designing my house, I happened to go to Japan, and then we went to an onsen, and I sat in the I think it's the big wooden Japanese bathtub, and it was like the greatest thing in the world. And then I was like, well, I can't. Now that I know that this exists, I can't, in good conscience, build a house without this. So I had this
Oh, there it is. I see.
tub
Okay.
made. This giant wooden Japanese soaking tub made, and no, it's very comfortable because you remember you're like almost submerged in water, so you're like
Oh, right.
you're kind
It's,
of
it's more of a bath. It's a bath box. Mm-hmm. It's
Now
like a bath casket, a bath stick.
a bath stick.
Now that I've been in this castle and seen this throne,
Basket.
I can't.
Casket.
I did one more plant thing. I'm very excited about this. I'm still upset with Max because he thought that I brought drugs to work. I did not bring drugs to work. I brought kratom. I don't. Let me send you the link. Kratom. Do you know what this is?
Is that crocodile?
No.
Kratom?
No.
Kratom?
No.
Kratom.
It's a leaf that is used to help folks like with opiate addictions. And there's like a bunch of different strains, and it's this thing that you can buy legally.
Huh.
And you can get it in either. Oh, let's see. Oh, look, I have powder form. And then
nice.
there's also Max, are you sure you don't want these? This is the white Mang Da, and it is for pain relief and energy because it's a hybrid. Look at all these. Look at this lovely powder.
So
Look at this lovely
Alex,
powder.
you're taking
Alex,
some sort of
side effects, FYI.
you're taking some sort of Narcan,
No,
like some sort of
no.
thing that helps people not do
no.
opiates.
No.
Are you chasing the dragon,
yes.
Alex?
No, I'm not. No. It's
Is this the challenge? Get hooked on opiates?
No.
Causes liver toxicity.
No, it
respiratory
doesn't.
Depression.
Wait, hold on. Well, everything causes respiratory depression. Yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Have some more.
They're really
Have some more. What's
hard
called
to
the
swallow.
Kraken?
Oh.
What's it called?
She's taking like 3 of them. Oh my god.
No, you're supposed to take 10.
Okay.
Because
Make sure
they're
you wash that down with the monster drink that your minions brought you.
exactly what I'm doing. They taste it does taste like actually the first time I had this, it was as a tea, and it tastes like really bad matcha tea that you would get like
Alex,
a Whole
stop
Foods.
taking them. You're
I'm not taking. They're. It's
You
fine.
just
it's
took
fine.
2. Stop
No,
taking
that's
them.
She's
not.
supposed to
Oh
take
my
20.
god,
They're
you're supposed to
huge.
take 10. You're
They're
supposed
huge.
to take 10. No, that's because look,
They're
it's just
giant
filled,
horse
they're
pills.
filled with powder. They're
Alex,
filled-
Alex,
you
you
know how
cannot
many
be taking
pills
these.
I
Addiction,
take?
psychosis, nausea, vomiting, constipation.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
No, Alex,
Kratom.
stop taking them. Stop. It's too many. Oh my god.
I'm there.
What the fuck is this? It's called kratom.
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 K-R-A.
Kratom. Pain.
Liver toxicity, death. Let's see.
Intestinal problems, muscle pains, coughing, diarrhea.
No.
Yeah. Also withdrawal. You'll get withdrawal. You get withdrawal
don't get
symptoms.
Well, that's like. Goodness.
No, but if you have it with a monster drink, that'll
It can
probably take the
elicit
edge
pain
off.
relief and euphoria.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's just
good.
like an
The
opiate.
full,
I'm just going to be high during all of work. Sure.
the full
Also, it also
pharmacological
causes
properties.
frustrated sighing. apparently.
That's cool. The
Max,
full
how many
pharmacological proproperties of kratom are
Mm-hmm.
not properly understood. That's
Oh my
nice.
god. Oh my god.
Kratom.
And there remains a great deal of debate over the safety of the drug.
Detection in body
The
fluids.
same thing is you can.
In fact, the National Institute of Drug Abuse has identified kratom as an emerging drug of abuse.
How many take you take?
This
10,
is
Alex?
due in large to. This
No,
is.
I take.
Alex
4.
just took
I
at
take
least
4.
6
I
that I
took
just
4.
saw.
I took 4. I'm not.
This
you
is
know,
doing-
I'm
Was
gonna
she
put it
drinking a-
away.
was she drinking a
I'm not gonna
Monster
put it
Energy
away.
drink when she took her
Yes,
kratom?
I
Yeah,
took-
she's washing it down with a Monster Energy drink. This is due in large part to numerous studies having found that kratom use is associated with
God.
psychosis, seizures, and even death.
Yeah.
help you
You
see
get high
these.
heart rate and blood pressure, trouble sleeping, and liver toxicity.
Well, if I'm found seizing on my scoot, you know what
You
happened.
should alert your minions about this.
If
Tell them
you-
that, cast a saving throw. Will
my
Alex be
God.
okay?
Yeah, get the dictator in here. Restore the dictator to health.
Get your son Yassins. Is that what you call him?
If you-
your gay RPGers.
If you or a loved one is struggling with kratom abuse or addiction, please give us a call today at 1-888-744-0069. Nice.
God. Oh my
To speak with
God.
one of our treatment support specialists, I think we should call them.
Now I'm just Googling. You know what happened? You probably Googled kratom. I can't. Okay.
The Drug Enforcement
It
Agency,
sounds like button, and I can't say button.
Take more.
the DEA has confirmed that
That's
kratom
not
was
what that
involved in
is.
15 deaths from 2014 to 2016.
Oh yeah, and they just happen to also be on heroin and Xanax and be drunk. Yeah. The DEA and the what is it? The Drug and Food Administration.
The one that, the Drug and Food
The Drug
Administration.
and Food Administration.
That we all know and love.
Wow. Wow. Way to throw the white working class under the bus, Alex.
This is very Rick Perry of you. Go on.
Keep going. Have some more.
Please,
have some more of
please,
your, chitins.
Please proceed, Governor.
Boy.
Yeah.
All right. Nobody peanut butter. Wait, Merlin, what did you?
I did. Well, I mean, I have three plant related things.
Just
one
like
thing
me,
is that
I had three
I could-
plant related things. This is a plant. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh, look at that. Classic sign of
What is she,
kratom
Max,
abuse.
what is she doing? What's happening? there?
agitation or
drinking.
irritability.
I'm just-
Classic sign of kratom abuse.
Yeah, she's had too many chitins.
At a
does she
low
seem
dose, kratom produces increased energy, heightened alertness, talkativeness, and social behavior.
Does she seem at all psychotic right now?
I don't know. I mean,
That's every day.
She sounds like she's breathing really hard.
longer-term
that-
use is associated with insomnia, dry mouth, frequent urination, and constipation.
Oh, do you have constipation, Alex?
No, I have a lot of fiber.
Frequent urination and constipation as a pair, that's a hell of a pairing.
That's everybody's period ever, though. So really,
One report of a case, there's one case report of a person who went to the emergency room for seizing and falling into a coma
my
following
God.
kratom use
oh my god.
after also using marijuana and
yes,
antidepressants.
yeah, oh yeah, the antidepressant.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
God.
Alex, as long as you're taking kratom but you don't also use marijuana and antidepressants, you should be fine.
Okay, fair.
So, I take
All
it
right,
back.
fair,
I take it
fair.
back about my concern about
Fair.
your use of this because it would only be a problem if you were also smoking weed and taking antidepressants. But,
There's no proof
but
there's
if you're
either
just
of those.
no, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying it's good news. No, I'm
Probably
saying
that
this
10
is
that 10 might be
good.
kind of a conservative number. Maybe you should take 50 or 60.
Yeah, I'm saying that it's good news because you don't do those things. That the kratom is fine.
It's
I
fine.
was really
Everything's
worried
fine.
that you were going to have a seizure
It's
and fall into
fine.
a coma. But now I'm not concerned about it. Oh, that's good because it does say that that there are extreme dangers of mixing it with other drugs because it's quite unpredictable.
Yeah, according to this rehab site, it says here that the chitins may be abused as a legal way of getting high and may therefore appeal to individuals who
God.
deem it "quote unquote" safer than illicit drugs.
That's
such
like
as
saying
younger
Benadryl
adults.
makes you high. I could take
Younger
Benadryl right
adults.
now and be like delighted
Wow,
all day.
bars may sell chitin. Is that what it's called? In powder
Kratom,
form or mixed into a
kratom,
drink. Oh, it's
kratom.
also known by slang names like Tom, Keatum, Bayak, Kakum, and Thang.
Oh, Kakum.
Street names for chitins.
That's actually pretty funny.
May not be detectable on drug tests. Relatively new on the recreational drug
That's
scene.
not a drug. It's a lovely plant.
There's literally no unsafe dose.
Huh? And they have a section here on when abuse becomes addiction.
Oh, look at this.
They're
This-
closely related, but not the same thing.
Check out this the section on withdrawal. That sounds fun.
Oh no! Oh no! You're gonna have changes in physical appearance. You could have weight loss and decreased interest in personal hygiene.
Runny nose,
Irregular
jerky
sleep
movements,
patterns, you'd be sleeping
hostility,
at odd times or more
irritability.
frequently. Max mood swings. Mood swings from excitability and euphoria when taking chitins to depression, aggression, irritability, even potentially, oh dear, increased risk-taking behaviors like taking lots of chitins. Irresponsibility, unfilled obligations, and decline in grades or work performance. This is time theft.
Oh, I need a performance review, really.
Financial strain and legal trouble.
Now, now,
As I buy a computer that's in the
It's
shower.
not on Wikipedia. This is a place called American Addiction Centers, and they're here to help.
Alex, the good news here. Here's the good news: is that you can choose from an inpatient treatment or an outpatient treatment on this website.
I would say start with the inpatient and let's see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's only 30 to 90 days.
Is this going to cost your insurance anything, Max?
I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to know that, am I?
I just want you to get help.